Hey folks, it's the Dove bringing you my digital deep dive, so let's get right into it. First off, I want to talk about Red Dead Redemption and the ports coming to PlayStation 4 and the Switch. The original game is an all-time video game classic and one of my favorites. It has sold over 23 million copies and is on the top 50 games sold of all times. To put that in perspective, Super Mario World, considered by some to be the best Mario game of all time, I might be in that category, sold 26.6 million copies. True, the first game in the Red Dead series was Red Dead Revolver, but most gamers' first impression of this series was from Red Dead Redemption. And with 13-year-old graphics, it still holds up today. Following around John Marston fulfills some of those childhood dreams of being a cowboy or an outlaw in the Old West, and it was so much fun to play. The vast open world was so well made and so detailed, and all the random occurrences just made it feel so authentic, and it still feels that way today. But here's the thing, Rockstar is not putting any extra effort into these ports. They are not reboots, no graphics updates, no extra content. It is just simply another way for people to play the game, which is okay, but no extra work has been put into it. I love Rockstar, and frankly, I have since the original GTA. Yes, I'm that old. But charging full price for a 13-year-old game just doesn't seem fair. I don't mind updating old games or remastering them, but this was neither of those. And after the definitive trilogy really didn't meet anyone's expectations, I was hoping that Red Dead Redemption wouldn't have gone the same way. Red Dead Redemption, available to rip you off on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. One franchise that has churned out a lot of solid games is Assassin's Creed, and they're coming out with their next installment with Assassin's Creed Mirage. This version promises to bring the game back to its true roots. Shorter gameplay, more focus on stealth mechanics, and somewhat more of a linear gameplay than the more massive open world versions that we've seen recently. Along with the immersive storylines, the game will still feature the parkour element that has made the series so much fun to play along the way. In the older games, you could take out one of the enemies without anyone really finding out, and I definitely miss that. The new gameplay makes it look like that could return. So let's hope, folks. Assassin's Creed Mirage, available on PS4, 5, Xbox One and Series, and PC. A few episodes ago, Jim roasted the Microsoft servers for their lame rollout of SimCity back in 2013.
Okay, Mr. Jag. He's like the always online 2013 SimCity reboot when EA servers went down at launch. He tries to play, but he ain't got no game. I mean, listen, his shots are all...
The mainly single-player game was meant to be a reboot of the original SimCity from 1989 with a bunch of new features like multiplayer and 3D view. But the game had to be connected to EA servers in order to play at all, even single player. Anytime you wanted to play the game, you had to connect to the servers. So no internet, no game. That pissed off plenty of people before the game even came out, but what was worse is that EA servers were down for weeks after launch, meaning if you bought the game on release, you couldn't even play it. It was so bad, EA offered people who bought the game another free game from their library. Since then, a huge void has been left for city building games, and City Skyline has filled that void. An excellent city builder released in 2015 took and ran with a lot of ideas from SimCity. Luckily for gamers who like this genre, City Skyline 2 is coming out in late October of 2023. The new version is diving deeper into city building with some truly remarkable in-depth functions. Just looking at how the game reacts to the economy will make your head spin. The many changes you can make will have a real-time reaction by your citizens and tourists. Not only do you get to build the actual map of your city, breaking it down to the very roads that get us from A to B, but the game has traffic AI. Now, as a nerd, I am losing it, man. That means that each car has its own brain of sorts. The car will adjust to traffic, ease of travel, weather, and the cost of travel. There will be traffic accidents, which will then affect how the current traffic responds. The depth of each feature is just insane, man. There are so many systems that the game has layered on top of one another to make some truly remarkable looking gameplay. The updated graphics make the world look so real and full of life. I cannot wait. If you miss the old days of city building, Cities Skyline 2 might be up your alley, and it's coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC late October of 2023. Hey folks, if you like this video, please hit the like button and check out our YouTube page at Two Hats and a Beard, or go to our webpage at twohatsandabeard.com. Thanks again, and until next time, this is the Dove.